In the war against major crime, there's a new team of officers out on patrol.
He's out.
Handpicked, their task to tackle the most hardened criminals.
Get on the floor, now!
Meet the Sentinels.
I want to catch bad guys. I want to get in people's faces.
Accept nothing, believe no one, and challenge everything.
The latest police tactics revealed for the first time. They drive the fastest police cars on the road.
We are left. Risk is high.
It's crashed.
Decamp.
They use targeted live criminal intelligence
It's a black Bentley Continental.
with the help of an all-seeing matrix of cameras.
It should be hitting them within the next 60 seconds.
Open the window! Oh, you're going to smash! Open the window!
The result? Criminals face overwhelming force.
We're going to make life as difficult for them as we absolutely can, again and again and again.
The most wanted hunted down.
Yeah, whoever it was, he floored it.
In a deadly game of cat and mouse.
Be advised he's violent.
Don't stop.
He's got warning signals for weapons.
This vehicle is possibly involved in human trafficking.
Open the door!
These are the Sentinels.
This is where the excitement really starts to build up.
And this is Fast Justice. Coming up, a suspect caught out in a lie.
When you said Trevor, is that your middle name? Or are you lying to me? No, lads.
A driver who's desperate to be arrested.
Just keep my violation, mate. I'm getting involved. Just hold on. No.
An appeased petrol pincher.
Oh,
We seized.
you know I'm going to lose my job now.
All try their luck with the Sentinels.
Silly boy.
It's the start of another busy shift for Ipswich's Sentinel unit. Specially selected for their driving skills, the 8-strong team hunt down hardened criminals in turbocharged BMW 330s, kitted out with the latest technology.
In cars, stopping criminals, proactively dealing with people. I was like, well, that's everything I like doing. I think we've got the best job in the force easily.
Where there's trouble, they spring into action.
That door isn't shut properly on that, as the truck. Just get in your door.
No job is too small.
Imagine that, everyone's shopping, tip over the road. Be livid.
But plenty of the Sentinels' jobs are a lot bigger. Today, Sergeant Mike Moon is on control, providing second-by-second support to his teams on the ground.
Got a blue Ford Focus. The intelligence is that the vehicle attended Serpentine Road on numerous occasions around 6 a.m. and has handed occupant a tub of pills in exchange for cash. A search of grounds allowed.
He sees Sam Chittock and George Harvey in car 83, and Dan Newson and Sophie Mitchell in 82
8-2, we're taking Duke Street.
are racing to intercept a car linked to drugs.
We were just responding to an activation in relation to a blue Ford Focus that's been seen to take part in some exchanges, potential drugs, so drug dealing activity.
They're both central, so they're now searching for the vehicle. So hopefully it shouldn't be too long before they pick it up. There he is.
The team in 83 catch up with the car first.
That vehicle now, Nacton Road, outside the Tesco Express. Hello there, you've got your driver's license, mate? Have you got any ID on you, mate? Nothing on you? Thank you.
What's going on?
Yeah, we're just stopping at the moment to make sure you've got all the correct documents.
We'll go from there, just writing a few checks.
Just keep your hands where I can see them. Due to information that we've got, we're going to be detaining you both for a drug search, okay? We're going to be searching you both and the vehicle for drugs, okay? Cannabis grinder, okay. It smells quite strongly of cannabis in here as well, right, lads? So we've got the grinder there.
The suspects may be compliant, but this stop is about to get a lot more complicated.
Could you do me a favour?
I can try my best.
I have Asperger's.
Okay.
Just the one you say, obviously this is a very difficult thing for me.
Yeah.
Feel free, can you, that chewing gum box,
Yeah.
search it, feel free to. Once you search it, can you give me one so I can chew it and...
Will that help you?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else I can do to help you? Just let me know,
As
right?
I said, yeah, it's just a case of just like...
Do you understand everything I've told you so far this morning?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
It's just,
Any sort of health condition, mental health or otherwise, is a priority, isn't it? We've got to work through it together, and I'll do what I can to assist them to get them through it, because it is a difficult thing to be stopped by the police.
8 to arrive in 8-3.
It's not long before Dan and Sophie arrive on the scene to assist.
8-2 to control, just for info. There's 2 occupants. They're detained for Section 23 searches. We'll come back to you with the details in a moment. There's a heavy smell of cannabis from within the vehicle.
Roger that, thank you. So a heavy smell of cannabis within the vehicle combined with the intelligence gives us grounds to search them.
The team immediately radio for a sniffer dog to search the vehicle. Both occupants of the car seem to be cooperating with the officers.
8-3 control.
8-2.
Now it's a question of finding out who they are and where they've come from.
Can I pass passenger details, please?
Go ahead.
Surname is Tango Romeo Echo Victor Oscar Romeo.
He's an IC3 now from London.
Roger that, he's passenger, yes, yes.
Yes.
The passenger says his surname is Trevor and he's from London. The Sentinels start to dig deeper into how well he knows the driver.
What's this chap's name?
I'll tell you.
Sorry?
I call him B.
You call him B. So you don't know his name?
I do know his name.
What is his full name?
I don't know his full name, but it's long, innit? So I just call him B.
His first name?
I don't know his first name.
The passenger's evasive answers are a red flag to Mike on control.
Is the passenger ID verified?
Negative. He says he has his own car. He has got some keys on him. He's telling us that he's not ever been arrested, but he has been stopped by the police before.
As the team struggle to ID the passenger,
You okay? You're shaking a little bit. Is it nothing else that we need to worry about? You're cold? Okay.
Sophie's suspicions are further aroused.
Sometimes you can tell when other people are lying. It all depends how good they are, really. There's a few telltale signs. Sometimes, eye contact or, they'll be sort of very fidgety and nervous, but other times it's very difficult to tell.
So she and Dan check the spelling of the name he's given them.
And then your surname is?
Then suddenly, he gives them another name entirely.
When you said Trevor, is that your middle name? Were you lying to me?
I lied to you.
So you've given Trevor, have you?
Huh? He gave me, I've given Trevor. Why have you lied? Why have you
I
lied?
was scared for a second, innit? Okay.
So you are known to police? You're known to the police?
Yeah, I'm known to the police, but not a big issue like that.
The Sentinels don't like being lied to. It's now down to Sergeant Moon on control to help them get to the truth.
Control from 8-2.
I can give you new details. Is the date of birth the same?
So the passenger has provided police with false details initially at the scene. Those details were coming back with no trace on PNC, no trace on our intelligence systems.
Sometimes you're on the alert just to...
Unfortunately, it doesn't get you anywhere, though, does it? Because
it
keeps you a little bit longer, because it takes a little bit longer to find out who you really are and do the checks, all right? And it doesn't help your case, because now from whatever you say from now on, we're going to be a little bit like, are you telling the truth or are you not telling the truth, yeah?
Just about him that all.
Honesty is always the best policy. You were taught that, yeah?
No, it's true.
It's true, it is true. Because we always find out in the end.
Yeah.
He was trying it on. He probably thought, I'll try and spin a little bit of a white lie. If it works, great. Then, I'll be on my way. But obviously he found out pretty quickly that, this isn't going to wash with these guys. That just gives us that little bit of extra golden nugget. When someone's lying to you, you're lying for a reason. You're trying to cover something up.
What have you been arrested for this year?
What have you been arrested for?
As Dan starts to dig into the suspect's criminal record, on control, Mike is working the police national computer.
He's changed his name now, so we'll run these through and see what this brings up.
Allegedly, I robbed someone, but when caught about it, that cleared up.
Last arrested in February of this year for robbery, and he was actually remanded, it appears, remanded in custody as a result of that arrest.
Back when I was a young boy, like 16, 15, I used to carry knives.
Warning, weapons and drugs. Previous of possessing a knife in a public place.
So, yeah, but all of that got cleared around as well.
Meanwhile, George is digging into the driver's backstory, and it seems both of them are from out of town.
So how is it you know this gentleman here then?
He's from one of the areas of life.
Sorry?
He's from one of the areas I grew up in.
Right. So where have you been staying in Ipswich?
Just roaming around.
So what, you staying in the car?
Most time.
How long have you boys been in Ipswich for?
A few days.
A few days. You say you're looking for work?
Well, I'm personally looking for work. I roam around since I lost my job, I just travel around, see what's going on.
What sort of work were you in? Delivering.
Despite saying he's lost his job, the driver's car still has a sign in the window suggesting he's making deliveries for the NHS.
I don't know if it was just a tactic in terms of COVID to give him an excuse to be out and about during the kind of day in an area not linked to him or not known to him.
Do you want the cannabis taken out?
Yeah.
The small amount of cannabis the police have found in the car isn't something widely available on the health service.
There's a round pot in there that stinks of it, and then there's a little bud in there at the moment.
When Sniffer Dog PD Barry arrives, does his wagging tail mean there's a lot more to find than a little bit of weed? And is today going to get a whole lot worse for this pair? What else will the Sentinels discover after already catching one of them out in a lie?
People often try and give false details to us, and it doesn't work. With him, I don't know if it's just him panicking or him just being a bit naive, really. But I don't think it was ever going to work.
In Ipswich town centre, the Sentinels have tracked down a car linked to drug dealing.
On stopping the vehicle, we smelled cannabis in the vehicle. The vehicle's not local to here, it's from Southend. So both been detained for a Section 23 Misuse Drugs Act search. There's been a small little bit of cannabis found in the passenger door. Also, the male initially to me has given false details.
The passenger was leading officers down the garden path, but was his real name the only thing he was hiding? Enter Police Dog Barry.
Barry, like all the dogs on our police dog unit, they've got great noses on them, and they'll be able to find the smell that's coming through the dashboard or under vehicles, around vehicles, anywhere that's hidden. The air will just drag out the smell of those illegal substances, and they'll be able to pick them up. Quite often, police officers won't even be able to find these items.
And this time, Barry's made a discovery. This stop's about to get a lot more serious.
He searched the vehicle nicely. He's indicated on the gear stick.
Now a forensics investigator has to check out the car, and there's more than one kind of gear under this gear stick. She uncovers a stash of different types of drugs and a roll of cash hidden in the centre console.
This one, I mean, from my experience, I can see that is herbal cannabis. This one appears to have a quantity of individually wrapped, I mean, that could be rocks or powder. It looks brownish to me, but I couldn't say. And then this one's got a slightly larger quantity of smaller wraps that appear to be white powder. So this could be your heroin, your cocaine, and then your cannabis.
It appears that the Sentinels have busted an out-of-town county lines drug delivery service.
That's cost someone some money somewhere. A seizure like that taken off the street.
It's not good news for the driver.
As a result of the search of the car, some items have been located, all right? Due to those items being located, I'm arresting you on suspicion of being in possession of intent to supply Class A drugs. You do not have to say anything, it may harm your defence if you do not mention in question something which you later rely on in court, and anything you do say can be given evidence. Do you understand?
He is arrested, and the passenger is taken to a nearby station.
Sitting there. Mind your head.
Yeah, all in all, it's a really successful stop because we've taken two, potential drug dealers off the streets, and then there is, a nice investigation that will run alongside that, and hopefully we'll get some success in terms of convictions and prosecutions.
With the drugs bagged up and off the streets, all that's left to do is deal with the passenger.
Given the surrounding circumstances and I guess his evasiveness and the fact that these controlled drugs could be secreted, we'll conduct a strip search.
We'll remove the bottom half of your clothes first, search each item of clothing one at a time, and then unfortunately we have to do it. We have to see, lift up your and you look underneath, spin round, and you've got to bend over so I can see your.
Never a pleasant task.
I don't like it, you don't like it, it's just got to be done, okay?
Sometimes it's best to be in the office.
After lying about his name and travelling in a car full of illegal drugs, even though the search was negative, there's no hiding anything from the Sentinels. Another day, and the Ipswich unit are prowling the streets of Suffolk. Sergeant Mike Moon is back in the control room, monitoring automatic number plate recognition and feeding intelligence to the team.
We have our own control room, we have our own intelligence gathering procedures, and we have our own vehicle of intelligence hot list. So we are purely focused on the individuals that we're trying to find and trying to disrupt.
Sentinel officers Dan Newson and Sam Maples are on the lookout for targets.
Yeah, went to the Coach and Horses Saturday night, it's quite nice. Fish and chips? No, I had the burger. They've got a reduced menu.
I've always enjoyed their fish and chips.
And it's not long before Sergeant Moon sends them after a car that's been linked to the supply of drugs.
The BMW has just hit.
Premier Part 83, stand by, we'll try and put a stop in.
Roger that.
Where has he gone? Is he going down there? Is he down there?
With the car vanishing into thin air, call sign 81, Sam Chittock and George Harvey join the hunt.
What direction Nora drove?
51, he's we've lost him again.
So easy to lose.
Yeah, we've got it.
We're behind that vehicle now, currently on Berners Street.
And so easy to catch.
Right, Steve, we'll be coming from Anglesey.
George goes to speak to the driver.
Hello, sir. Have you got your driver's licence? You haven't got one? So you've got no driver's licence? Whose car is this? Okay, do you want to step out of the car for me, please? Come with me.
Dan and Sam Maples arrive to assist with the driver, who seems untroubled by not having a licence.
Unfortunately, some people do genuinely just go around in life and just obviously think that the rules don't apply to them and they just don't care. So you've got no idea on you at all? All right, let me just write down a few things. Have you ever been stopped by the police before?
Yes, I have, yeah.
And been dealt with for the same thing? All right, so I'll go through what we are going to do today, all right?
I know what's happening there.
All right.
Just quite officer, mate. I'm getting calls done.
Just hold on.
So far, the man's admitted he doesn't have a licence, but for someone who was so hard to catch, he's keen to be taken away.
Really caught me off guard, the way he's just bowled out the car straight away before even knowing who the guy is, just saying, arrest me. And yeah, he was very surprisingly honest about everything that happened that day. So yeah, it did make my job quite easy that day. We need to do a few checks before we just...
That's what we're doing, yeah?
We might not need to go down that route.
We do need to, because I know that's what's happening.
You're very keen to get arrested. We don't have to... Yeah, we don't always arrest people for not having a licence.
The man's hardly resisting arrest. But as tempers rise, he's handcuffed anyway, while Sergeant Moon checks the police national computer for intel.
Warning, weapons, violent ailment. P&C shows him as a disqual driver. I will check that further.
What's come back on the car?
Basically, there's information that this vehicle is involved in drug supply fairly recently.
Okay.
Surprisingly, the driver's cutting straight to the chase.
There's half a gram of Charlie in the car, mate. Simple as. Half a gram of Charlie in the car. You wouldn't find nothing else. Simple as that.
Is there any alcohol in it?
Yeah.
Oh, so I can smell it?
The Sentinels can't take his word for it.
Thank you.
They still need the evidence, so they search the car and breathalyse the driver.
And whereabouts is it?
Central Armrest.
Cool. Thank you.
That's all there is. The whole car apart, it's fine.
See that little bag there?
The search finds suspected Class A exactly where the driver tells them it is.
Very, very small amount of white powder.
Keep going, stop.
The breathalyzer confirms the presence of alcohol, but he's not over the limit, which is 35 micrograms per 100 millilitres of breath.
Okay. 33, so that is a pass, believe it or not, but you are right on the border there.
No. I don't like you, have I?
The team also need to establish who the car actually belongs to,
The car, whose is it?
What?
Whose is the car? We need to figure out if you've taken it without asking anyone.
I haven't taken it. The person whose car it is given to my friend. My friend's then given it to me.
Okay.
So, but,
So who are these people? We need to make these inquiries.
Right. Well, I don't know who owns the car.
Right.
The person who owns the car is rented it to my mate. My mate has let me use it. As soon as that.
And that means the driver isn't insured to drive this vehicle. So as he predicted at the start, he's arrested.
Obviously, from what we found in the car, what you've already told me, at this time I'm arresting you on suspicion of driving while disqualified, driving with no insurance, and also for possession of what we suspect to be Class A, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to say anything but make harm in defence if you don't mention in questions. If you later on in court and anything else you do say can be used in evidence, you understand?
Yep.
Oh, I appreciate your honesty, mate. Actually, I don't normally come across people so candid and so honest, so we appreciate that. What we'll do is we'll get you off the marshal shortly, and we'll go from there, all right?
Yeah, that's fine, mate.
What started as a tricky stop has led the Sentinels to a suspect who's more willing than most to admit wrongdoing.
Just watch your head.
We sometimes find that some people will give away a little bit to hide a lot. Also, some people are just up front with us.
The helpful driver was later convicted of possession of Class A drugs, driving while disqualified, and driving without insurance. He was fined nearly £1,000 and got 6 points on his licence. As for the car, as it was on finance, it's now back with its rightful owner, the bank.
I think some people who have been committing crimes for a long time, not saying he has, but they just know that there's no point, eventually we're going to find out, so they'll just come clean about it.
It's a busy day on the roads of Suffolk's biggest town, Ipswich. At the Sentinel South HQ, Sam, Chittock and Woody are getting ready to head out. The cars are fitted with the latest technology, but Woody is focused on the kit that really matters.
So we've got 3 pins on me at the moment. Yes. I wonder how long that'll last until I've got none left.
Sophie and George are out and about in 8-3.
Nightmare to get out of this car park, isn't it?
And Dan and Sam Maples are in 8-1.
8-1 to control.
Go ahead, 8-1.
We're now available.
Received.
Overseeing control today is Mufti, and a shady vehicle linked to previous drug offences has just piqued his interest.
It's a silver VW Passat. I just run it through, see who was on the insurance.
Obviously, thank you.
The driver or owner of that vehicle has recently been disqualified from driving. He's a known drug user, and he has information in the past that he has dealt drugs. There's also a female on the insurance who is also known to be in possession of drugs in the past. So it'd be worth a stop to see if she might be driving under the influence of drugs. As soon as that vehicle activates the camera, the fun begins.
All 3 Sentinel vehicles begin the hunt for the shady Passat.
What's your location, please?
The aim of the game is to hunt in packs, really, because we can have sort of 2 or 3 ways and roads blocked off and a bit of containment on, so we've got the best chance of getting hold of that vehicle.
But as Sophie and George find a place to hide and wait for the target,
We're in position on the roundabout.
the ANPR cameras lose sight of the silver car.
There's no sign of it at the Novotel. Must have turned off the one-way system somewhere.
If they're that sort of person that interacts with the police regularly, they might be thinking, I don't want to be stopped today. So yeah, they might deliberately try and evade us by shooting off like a random road that they wouldn't normally take.
A1 control through.
A1, go ahead.
The vehicle hasn't come through onto the roundabout.
Yeah, that's received.
You think, yes, we're going to get this vehicle, it's hit our camera, and when you don't find it, it can be the most frustrating feeling, which is why you do all that you can to try and preempt its next movements.
8-3, we can research the waterfront area.
That's received.
Ultimately, it is just a game of cat and mouse. It can be a frustrating one for us when we're hunting for ages to try and find a vehicle. Sometimes you just come across it by luck or fluke.
Thankfully, Lady Luck is on Sophie and George's side today.
What was that Passat from earlier? We were just sat up at a roundabout, clocked it going past on the right, didn't quite see the index, but it was the right make and model, right sort of age, so we've just come around, had a look, and yeah, lo and behold, it's the right one. Did you see the one I saw?
Yeah, it is that one.
Oh, lovely.
8-3, control.
Go ahead. We're behind vehicles.
That's received.
Sophie and George just need eyes on the driver and passenger
That's definitely him, passenger seat, he's got his glasses.
before giving chase once more. This time, there's no chance of the Passat wriggling away.
8-3, we've got the vehicle stop, Bishop's Hill. Hello, how you doing, you alright?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Last time we met, you were driving.
You're not driving now.
Oh, he's banned, so you're driving. Have you got your driving licence on you then?
No.
Not at all. Any form of identification?
No.
Nothing with your
Name on.
photograph?
But there's no need for ID today, as Sophie and George recognise the couple are repeat offenders.
Go to court in the week.
Last week, wasn't it?
Last week was it? What happened?
We just come from the police station down in town, actually.
Have you? What was that for?
Get our goods back.
Your goods back. What sort of goods?
Tablet.
They seized all of it, did they? What was that in relation to?
What are silly questions? You know this.
After their visit to the station this morning, the couple seemed to be on a day out.
Where are you off to today then?
Just running around, going to see my mum, sister.
Running around.
But Sophie and George have their suspicions.
At this moment in time, both of you are going to be detained under Section 23 Misuse of Drugs Act for the purposes of a search.
You got a search on the street right here?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, just...
Yeah.
Say, come on, man.
We'll just go pop some handcuffs on you just so we can carry out that search.
search.
All right, it's for my safety and your safety.
Safety for what?
While Sophie cuffs the passenger, George's attention is on the driver, who's not doing so well.
I'm going to put handcuffs on you.
I'm not drunk.
Unsteady on your feet there.
I don't ever like to jump to conclusions. There can be reasons. People can be naturally unsteady on their feet, can be shaky, shaken up from being stopped by the police. But it's just one piece to that puzzle that you're then trying to build the picture when you're there at the roadside. You've got a lot going on quite quickly and you need to know what's going on.
Over here,
Yeah, please.
We'll swap over.
Go on over, mate.
Are we going to find anything in the car?
No.
No?
With both of them now out of the car, Sophie and George need assistance with searching the vehicle.
Well, please
Yeah,
stop
both
me,
are
don't
detained,
search.
purpose of search, Bishop's Hill. If there is anybody
Well,
available, it would be helpful.
I'll get there a bit quicker.
Sam will double back to you. He'll hopefully be with you in under 5.
Yeah, receive that and we'll see if the dog's available as well.
While the team wait for Sam Chittock to arrive, George's search of the passenger comes up with very little in the way of incriminating evidence.
Well, there's no bookie slip. I'm looking for that. I've got a fucking winner on there, I think.
Is it a winner?
Yeah, I'm sure I got a winner on there. That's 6-7 quid to collect.
But despite his win, the man's mood soon turns spiky.
So what have you got planned this afternoon? Where are you driving him?
Do the fifth. No, come on, man. I talk to you guys all the time. We started trying to find that dog at the police station.
Oh, you've annoyed him now.
So it looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just as things look like they could boil over, Sam arrives to help search the vehicle.
8-2, I'm now with them, 8-3.
Hi. We've called for a dog, but they're en route to a burglary. They said they'll come afterwards.
We wanted a dog to come and search that car, but a Sam Chittock will always do.
They've both been searched at street level, so it's just a cursory, but she's said that she's not using.
Despite appearing unsteady on her feet, the driver insists she's not on any drugs. But the search of the car quickly turns up something suspicious.
That's the driver's dog. Yeah. Smells of cannabis.
Lovely. Already located in the driver's door pocket is a small pot which smells like it did contain cannabis.
The strong smell of cannabis coming from the car means the Sentinels can check the driver for drugs in her system.
A drug wipe has been authorised for that stop.
Have you done one of these tests before?
No.
No? Okay, what I need you to do is start thinking about saliva. So if you brush your tongue on the insides of your cheeks.
Any trace of cannabis or cocaine will mean an immediate arrest.
8-3, just for others' awareness, drug wipe was positive for cocaine.
Confirm the drug wipe is positive.
Yes, we'll be doing the necessary in 1 minute.
Nice one.
The irony was she was driving because he'd just been disqualified for drug driving, and then actually she tested positive and was probably going to end up going down the same route. At this moment in time, I'm going to be arresting you
On suspicion of driving a motor
vehicle whilst exceeding the specified limit of a specified substance.
What is it?
The roadside drug wipe was tested positive for cocaine, all right?
That was days ago. How long does it last?
Situations like that shows what a great disruption a drug wipe can have. It may appear quite a low-level thing, but if we're able to remove these people's ability to move around a town or around the county to commit crime, to potentially deal drugs, then yeah, that is a great disruption and a major win.
A positive drug wipe is a positive result for the Sentinels. The driver will end her day exactly where she started it, the police station, where she's taken for a blood test.
It'll be enough to get home from the station.
She went on to be fined and disqualified from driving for 12 months. And the Passat was seized and taken to the pound for evidence, once George located the handbrake.
Where on earth is the handbrake?
These bloody Passats, wasn't it? It was like a weird button, I think, or something. No, I don't know. That's an older model, slightly before my time, I think.
It's another afternoon on shift in Ipswich for PC's John Wood and Sam Chittock. They're navigating traffic on one of the town's busiest roundabouts, and Woody's driving isn't up to Sam's exacting standards.
Oh, hello.
You in the room there.
I know I was in the wrong thing. And they don't normally go straight over.
The cheek of it.
They're getting intel that a suspect van is heading towards this roundabout. The driver didn't pay for his petrol when he filled up a few weeks ago.
Vehicle involved in a make-off without payment at the SO at Capel. Blue Ford Transit Connect.
Yeah, received. We've got one either side of the roundabout, down the south side, we're north side.
Just arriving at the pad now.
Officers Dan Newson and Sam Maples are in 8-3 on the other side of the road. Every direction is covered and the trap is set just in time.
The female or male driving. Is there a blue one?
Blue Ford Connect. Here we go. What's this in lane 2?
That's the one. That's it. The van's approaching lane 2, approaching the roundabout. Male driving.
Control received.
They've got a sight of the vehicle.
The chase begins.
Vehicle lane 1 at second traffic lights. With you guys now. Is it?
With Woody and Sam Chittock in position, Dan and Sam Maples work with the traffic to flank the suspect van.
Excuse me, can you just pull in there, please?
With the driver stopped, it's time to find out what he has to say about the pilfered petrol.
Have you got any ID on you, please?
No, I haven't, mate.
Nothing at all?
No.
Are you known to police at all?
I've been nicked before, yeah.
Where do you live?
I live at my mum's in...
Where? Where's that?
Colchester.
Colchester.
Yes.
The make-off is outstanding still. He's not been to pay. They've sent a letter.
So at a petrol station in Capel, a few weeks ago, there was a make-off out payment of this vehicle.
Yeah.
Did you have a letter come home, home address?
I give a letter of a partner's, of my girlfriend's address where I lived.
Yeah.
And I said I'd stop back there, and I completely forgot until the letter went to my mum's.
It's a shaky story, and with a dedicated officer on control digging into the details, will it hold up?
Having the control with us, it just gives us a stream of information constantly in our ears. So I think often people think we know less than we do. They'll try and pull the wool over our eyes.
Yeah, so that would have been sent there for him to return and pay.
And when was that sent?
12th of September.
Received. But that letter was on the 12th of September. That letter was sent to your mum. You got the letter this morning?
Yeah, she posted it to me.
So do you not live at that? Which address do you live at?
I sort of live in between, because I can't live full-time there, because my missus is in a council place. So I go 3 nights there, 4 nights at my mum's.
4 days a week you live at your mum's house. She posts your letters to your girlfriend. Come on. You can see that sounds a bit dodgy, doesn't it?
I know where you're coming from.
So you live there for 4 days a week and she posts your post.
Yeah, basically,
to an address you only stay at 3 days a week.
I go there to crash. I finish work. I go to the pub. I walk home. I go to bed. I will never pull your leg. I know you don't feel like there's no point.
It's quite satisfying when people try to lie to you and tell you a story that is completely rubbish. They're just spinning a yarn to you and you're just preempting the fact that you're just going to be either taking them into custody or taking their car off them.
Putting their suspicions aside, the Sentinels suggest a simple solution.
Could you go to the petrol station now and pay that money?
No, I don't get paid till tomorrow morning.
So you haven't got 30 quid you can go and pay?
I've got literally nothing on me.
As Sam continues negotiations, Mufti comes through with more intel, and it's not looking good for the driver.
Has a pending case for no insurance, licence and MOT. That was in March.
Received.
Silly boy.
To make matters worse, he's been driving illegally for 6 months.
Showing you as a provisional licence holder.
Hey, I had this a while ago as well.
Did you?
Yeah, I got pulled over and they said, no. I got banned for 2 years.
Yeah.
They said, you haven't reapplied for your licence yet.
If you haven't gained your full licence back yet, effectively you shouldn't be driving, should you? So I think most people know if you have a provisional, you need to be having L plates and have someone in the car with you with a full licence. He knows full well that he shouldn't be driving on a provisional, but he's been doing it to get to work and back anyway for a long period of time.
The charges are racking up against him, and the Sentinels have only one choice.
I'll be reporting you for consideration and prosecution for the offences of driving otherwise in accordance with your licence, because you're on a provisional, and driving with no insurance, okay? So what will happen, we're going to fill out a traffic offence report, we'll issue that to you, the car will be seized.
Please.
We have to see, you're driving with no insurance.
You know I'm going to lose my job now.
Right. Mate, you've been driving with no insurance. You've been done for no insurance before as well, haven't you? You've got one going through at the moment.
Thank you.
For no insurance.
Desperately, the driver makes one last attempt to hold on to his vehicle.
Could you not take it to my girlfriend's house?
No, we can't do that.
But it's no use. He'll now have to pay to get it back.
That's in regard to the offences. This is in regards to the vehicle seizure notice. So it basically just explains the vehicle's been seized because you haven't got a valid driving licence and you're driving with no insurance.
With the tow truck on site, it's job done for the Sentinels. For the stranded driver, the stolen petrol turned out to be extremely costly. For his offences, he was fined a total of £750 and got 6 points on his provisional licence. The Sentinels' aim is to make Suffolk a no-go zone for all manner of serious criminals.
I do this job because I want to catch bad people. I want to kind of arrest them, disrupt them, do what I can to stop them committing crime, especially in the town that I live in.
But occasionally, the cars they're chasing aren't what they're expecting.
Well, that smells better.
It's late afternoon, and Sam and Woody, call sign 83, are setting off after a break.
What else have we got? Where can we go next?
Back at base, Mufti is again on control, and he's spotted a car that isn't what it seems.
Control, just gonna come in. It's the white Ford Focus that's like a police car.
There appears to be a fake police car loose on Suffolk's roads.
83, we'll make our way there. I saw it yesterday, day before, when we were conveying someone. It doesn't state it's police anywhere, and the Battenberg is coloured in such a way that it's not quite blue and yellow, but we'll definitely have a chat with him.
Yep, received.
Battenberg is the blue and yellow check design on the side of the vehicles that gets its name from the cake.
The vehicle's activated a camera in the town that is liveried up like a police car. It would appear that it's an old police vehicle which has been bought at auction, I believe.
You've got a car driving around, posing as a police car, doing things it shouldn't be doing potentially, maybe flouting rules.
So when is a police car not a police car? And when does looking like a police car break the law?
Can you check the legislation around what he can display?
I'll have a look.
That's all I see, thank you.
Every day's a school day on this road, I'll tell you. This was probably one of the most bizarre things I've had to look up. I've not had to look up a person driving around in a fake police car before.
Sam and Woody track the cop car to a supermarket car park.
Control, we're with the vehicle.
That's received. Thank you for the update.
And there's no one with the vehicle. Potentially just wait around and see who comes back to it.
It may not have the traditional blue and yellow Battenberg, but this car's enough to convince even the real cops of its authenticity.
It looks completely like a police car.
She's parked next to it.
You might get in this. Wrong guy.
While they wait for the owner to return, Mufti's ready to shine a light on the law, which is surprisingly precise.
So it said about the markings, blue reflective markings on the side of a vehicle are not permitted unless it is a police vehicle. Matte markings that are not reflective are allowed.
I reckon they know the exact legislation and know what exactly they can do. Maybe the white is reflective, but not the blue.
At long last, the owner of the mystery cop car arrives, and the Sentinels have got some questions.
There you go. We'll have a chat.
So I've been a police officer for 16 years now, and as such, I am suspicious of everybody, pretty much. I'll question everything about everybody that was stopped. I think it's healthy to be suspicious and ask questions.
Hello. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have you already been stopped, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've been stopped by 3 people now.
Oh, really? Okay. From our understanding, the blue can't be reflective. Are you aware of that?
I thought it was just blue and yellow.
No, so we'll double check, but are you part of a security company or you bought it like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
The person that used it before had no problems with it.
Fine. Okay.
Did the lights work?
Yeah, they're orange. Do you want me to turn them on for you?
Yeah, just a go.
The owner's hoping to set up his own security business and thinks driving round in a lookalike police car gives him a head start.
8,
Go ahead.
He's looking to get into security and he's basically bought this as the most expensive thing to get sorted first. It may be we take his details and look into something, maybe contact him at a later date.
Yeah, I would do that. Take his details and we can look into it.
I'll get
Because
some photos of it as well.
yeah, get pictures of it.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay, cheers, bye.
Cheers, bye.
I did wonder if I was going to get stopped by you guys as well when I saw you guys pull over there.
Right.
Yeah. It's just my luck today, I guess.
Right.
While the driver may have drawn the attention of police for the wrong reasons, no offences were committed.
By driving around a car that looks like a police car but isn't, it is going to draw attention to himself. I think he's quite aware of that. He's been quite friendly with us and is quite understanding that he's going to draw attention to himself. I can't imagine that he's not going to get stopped again, to be fair.
A curious stop to end their day, but part of the Sentinel's job is to expect the unexpected.